Hello members, this is Ryan Walters, your union president, here to explain the Article 18.1 attendance. Prior to the contract CBA, there was a huge issue with the amount of call-offs by certain members, being that it was over 50. Some members were threatened to being fired with just one singular absence. So to provide more equity to the membership, we took the total number of absences and we divided it evenly among the membership. We also helped negotiate a no-fault attendance system. Prior to the CBA, members were frightened or scared about calling off, thinking they would be fired. We knew that members should be allowed time off so they have proper work-life balance and that things in life happen. The attendance article is also here to help more synergistically work with PTO. We increased the PTO numbers from approximately 10 people per day to what will be in 2023 to 30 or more a day. The attendance system is here so that we can be accountable and our contract works for us. Hello members, this is CBA Article 18.2, Occurrence Points. For the occurrence point system, there is no discipline until point 5. In our union contract, you are allowed to work amnesty shifts, which are shifts designated by the employer, which will provide an accelerated point removal to the member. A minimum of 4 amnesty shifts will occur in each county, removing the oldest points first. Amnesty shifts are on a first-come, first-served basis, and no-call, no-shows where you do not ultimately come to work are not qualifying for point removal. Article 18.2, tardies. You're tardy if you arrive to work between 7 and 60 minutes late. You leave shift with a quarter of your shift remaining, and the employer may only use objective evidence to determine if you were late or have left work. Paid sick leave, Article 18.3. Paid sick leave is sick leave that California state law requires that the employer gives every employee. Paid sick leave is reset every calendar year. You have 48 hours per the CBA and state law. Paid sick leave will not count as points. And if you're a newly hired employee, you still have 48 hours of paid sick leave. Article 18.3, protected leave. Protected leave will not count as points. Protected leave is similar to FMLA, but in California it's called CFRA, but has more protections. Protected leave may also be pregnancy disability or any state law created that protects the employee leave. Taking protected leave on consecutive days must be reported unless other arrangements have already been made. Pre-approved absences or tardies, Article 18.3. Protected leave is an absence or tardy, which is covered under FMLA, or in California, the California Family Rights Act. It is considered approved and will not count as points, but you must call on the days that you're off unless other arrangements have been made. Pre-approved absences or tardies will not count as an occurrence point. A pre-approved absence or tardy is one taken with accrued and available PTO, pre-approved by a supervisor, and the supervisor approval is provided at least 24 hours in advance. If you are taking PTO to take care of a sick child or family member in excess of the amount allotted under paid sick leave or protected leave, where 24 hours notice is not available due to the sudden nature of the illness, the absence may nevertheless be approved by the supervisor provided the employee demonstrates 24 hours notice was not possible. The employee can provide medical documentation substantiating the absence upon the return to work. The absence will be considered pre-approved even though less than 24 hours notice was provided. Article 18.3, unauthorized absence or tardy. If you arrive more than 60 minutes late, or if you do not complete 3/4 of your shift, it will be considered an unauthorized absence or tardy. Employees who miss 3 consecutive shifts for their own or family members' illness or injury, who do not qualify for pre-approval or paid sick leave or protected leave, will receive 1 point where they provide medical documentation substantiating each absence arose from the same illness or injury. Article 18.3, no call, no shows. If you fail to notify your manager of an absence or tardy after 15 minutes of your shift start time, it is considered a no call, no show. If you ultimately show up to work after having a no call, no show, you will receive 5 points. However, you can work those points off via amnesty shifts. If you do not call and you do not show up, those points are permanently on your attendance record for 1 year. And if you miss 2 shifts in a row, it is considered a voluntary resignation. Article 18.3, extenuating circumstances. A no-call, no-show may be documented as a single absence if the employee is able to demonstrate to the employer that there is no reasonable expectation the employee could notify the employer within 15 minutes of their shift start time. As an example, during negotiations, we spoke about of your house being on fire and you couldn't call. Or if you were on a flight and you were unable to call due to being in the air, or a natural disaster that would prevent you from calling in.